what's going on? It's Michelle the Prophet. If you came across this video, this reading is for you, and it is a pick a pal video on what are people realizing about. I keep wanting to say recognize, so but it's like, what are people realizing about you? I guess it could also be like recognizing about you as well. Yeah, so what are people around you realizing about you currently, about your current energy right now? All right, my videos are timeless as well, so whenever you come across this is when you were meant to. So yeah, if you are a returning subscriber, hey friend, if you're new here, welcome. I hope these messages resonate for you. Okay, so we have 3 pals here. Pal 1 is a picture of like a purse and a camera and some sunglasses and like someone's hand. And then pal 3 is another hand with a glove and a watch on it. And then did I say pal 3? I'm gonna say pal 2. Pal 3 is a photo of just some pink French tip nails. Okay, so you can choose pals 1, 2, or 3, whichever one calls out to you the most. If you can't choose one, you can choose multiple. And just take what's for you, leave what is not, and we'll be good. That being said, I will see y'all in y'all section. Bye. Hi, Pal 1. If you chose this photo right here, this section of the video is for you. And we want to know, what are people realizing about Pal 1? I summon Pal 1's energy in this moment. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I asked for messages for Pal 1 on what are the people around them. What are people recognizing and realizing about Pal 1 in this moment? What are people realizing about Pal 1? Some people are realizing that you are very attractive. Okay, and I don't think it's because you look any different than like how you've looked before, but I think that it's like your confidence that people are like really getting like more and more attracted to. Like they really like how like confident you are in yourself, and that is making people realize that you are like, even if they like initially were not necessarily attracted to you, they're kind of like warming up to the idea of being attracted to you because of your confidence. Okay, so we have the 2 of Wands and the 5 of Wands. So it's something about your demeanor that people are realizing that you are drama free. Okay, you don't focus on the drama. You continue to focus on things that are like positive. And people are also realizing that in the face of conflict, you prosper. You probably prefer, this is so weird, but it's like you like when people hate on you. It fuels you. Like you like when you're faced with conflict, or when people doubt you, when people try to sabotage you. You like that sort of negative attention. I mean, you know, no one in their right mind would like negativity, but it's like you know what to do with that negative attention. So people are realizing like, like when Pal 1 gets negative attention, they take that to grow off of it. Okay, so there are some people who could have thrown some negativity your way, and they're realizing that, oh my gosh, like this person is only like using that negativity to become better at their craft, to become better at their actions. Like you're using those harsh words and those harsh feelings to sharpen yourself, you know. So it's like, it's nothing. Like, you know, you really take criticism to the chin, and it's not because like you actually value these people's advice or these people's criticism. You might be well aware that they're doing it with a negative intention, but you understand that just because they want it to be negative doesn't mean that you have to take it negatively, you know. So people are realizing that you really don't take things personal, and nothing is going to stop you in like your plans. You're going to always feel confident in your future and confident in yourself. You believe in yourself. Like this is something that someone is really either sitting down having a conversation about you. Like I'm seeing like 2 people could literally be discussing this about you. Or it's like, yeah, it's definitely 2 people, but it's like someone just thinking these things to themselves, like someone having like this conversation to themselves, like they realize like the more negativity that they try to send towards you, the more like you really use that to like for like your ego, like it feeds your ego. Okay. So you got someone trying to like avoid that sort of conflict or giving you that sort of negativity because like they don't want you to use that for more fuel. Okay. It's like literally just gasoline for you at this point, because I feel like someone tried to hold you to the fire. Someone tried to start something with you. They really tried to like ruffle your feathers, and you didn't take it in the way that they wanted you to take it. Okay. Yeah, so you continue to like just be happy, and it's like and I'm hearing somebody say yeah, and I'm gonna continue to do that. Like you're gonna continue to be happy whether like these people or this person wants you to be happy or not, you know. And that's what people are realizing about you, that regardless of what they want for you or what their intentions are, you're not swayed by it. You know, you don't move unless you want to move, and if you do move, if you're moving in a direction that you want to move in. And that's what people are realizing about Pile 1. So what are people realizing about Pile 1? I keep hearing the number 2. So 2 might resonate for you or something like that, but I'm hearing the number 2 for Pile 1. Oh my goodness. This video quality is horrible. I'm sorry, y'all. But let's see. So, oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I gotta switch this up. I hate this. Okay. So let's see. So yeah. So there's this energy of you moving on from conflict. You got your back turned. Someone is realizing that you, in all seriousness, you have your back turned towards some sort of drama. Someone could have assumed that you were facing this drama, or you were fully immersed in whatever BS that they tried to like get you involved in. For instance, someone could be trying to make you like little slight remarks at work or at school or online. Like it's like some childishness that's going on of like people trying to punch at you, people trying to throw like shade towards you, and these people thought that it would either like affect you, or they thought that you would get yourself involved and react to like they wanted you to fight back so bad. And they thought that because you were not fighting back, it's because you were a coward, but really it's because you're strategic. It's because you don't think that they're of value enough to fight with. Right? So that is what people are realizing about you. Like people are realizing that I hear shorthand. Like they tried to give you like the shorthand. I hear shorthanded compliments or something like that. Or they tried to give you like something because like they overestimated basically how important they were to you. And it's not that you think less of others or you think you're better than anyone, but it's just like they don't have that much weight. They don't carry that much weight in your life. And it's like all these people are letting you know by constantly like bringing drama to your life. They're just letting you know how to moving forward. They're just letting you know that you cannot be around them, or like, you know, like they're not making you feel no type of way or nothing like that. Like you're just gathering this information on them so that you have a better understanding of how you need to moving forward, right? And that's what people are realizing, that all they're doing is just exposing themselves for who they are. Like I hear keep talking. Like the more that they're talking about you, the more that they like try to like throw shade towards you, the more that you're just collecting that information. You're just like, that's good to know. You know, it's not affecting you negatively at all. Okay. So what people are realizing now, I hear that Cardi B pushed me down 9 times, but I get up 10. That's y'all. Okay. because there is like this specific situation that I'm seeing where someone knew that you cared about them. They knew that their words could hurt you. They knew that you valued them to some extent, or you valued their words to some extent, and that's why they purposely tried to say certain things to hurt you. Or it's even someone who probably tried to give you the silent treatment or tried to ignore you as a means to like hurt you, because they knew that like y'all could have like shared. This could be like a relationship, okay, like a romantic relationship, or like but friendship as well, where someone knew that you really did love them, or you really did care about them and care for them, and they tried to hold back from you in an attempt to make you feel some sort of way. And someone is realizing that, like, someone's literally realizing that it just did not work, or they're realizing that you're able to like love someone without like needing something from them. So you do not need these people. Okay, what is being realized about Pile 1? What are people realizing? Yep. That now people are feeling judged. People are feeling like you're very judgmental, but it's not even like in a negative way. Like, you have the right to judge people for how they're treating you. And that is exactly what you're doing. Like, this is crazy, because I feel like their image of you before was like they thought you were dumb or something. Like, these people literally like assumed that you were just like dumb. And now like they're understanding that you're much more smarter than you let on. And you're much more strategic than they originally thought. And you also very knowledgeable too. Like, you're smart. Like, so like Pile 1, you're a smart cookie. Like, you got some stuff under your sleeve that you only use, and it's also like this magic to you. And you only use your tricks when it benefits you. Like, it just did not benefit you in certain moments in order to show like how special you really were, or to like prove to these people that you were deserving of ABC. Like, you wanted them to just do what they wanted to do and act how they wanted to act, and then base it off of that. Like, instead of like you feeling like you had to go above and beyond to impress individuals, you rather people just do what they're gonna do. If that makes sense. I hope I'm making sense. But you didn't need them. Okay, that's what some people around you are realizing. They're realizing that you're very much fulfilled. You don't lack anything that you want. Everything that you want, you can get it, and that is with them or without them. In absence of them, you are just as happy as you are with them. Like, you need for nothing. Okay, like when you go home, you're very happy. Especially like if you have kids, you enjoy that time with your kids. Okay, it's like someone or some people just assume that you are like miserable without them, or that you really, or like they thought that they were the highlight of your life. Especially if these are like friends or like a lover. These people really thought before that they were just like the highlight of your life, that they were the most exciting thing that you had going on. And like now they're realizing like, no, you share a lot of laughs at home, you enjoy yourself at home, like you're happy without them. Okay, and what these people are realizing, that this is very detrimental to their health. Your happiness is detrimental to their health. You not wanting or caring about this petty offer is detrimental to them, because they thought that the little bit that they were offering you, the breadcrumbs that they were offering you, were your end all be all. Like that, it's deeper than like even needing them. But like they literally thought that by sabotaging the connection that they had with you, that this would hurt you more than it would hurt them. Possibly because you were the one who cared. You were the one who showed that you cared. You were the level-headed one who was openly vulnerable with them. You were the one who was willing to be open and honest about the way that they made you feel, and how much you loved them and cared for them. And because you were so straightforward about this, they quite literally assumed that you were going to be the one to be down and out when things ended. Okay, and people are realizing that that's not the case. They they miscalculated, entirely miscalculated you. Okay? People are realizing that you're much more financially stable than they originally assumed about you, that you're comfortable with the loss of this friendship, you're comfortable with the loss of this relationship, you are like, you understand that life goes on. And like, you know, although that it may have been nice to have these people in your life, it's not the end of the world. It's certainly not the end of your world. You still have so much more things that you can work on in your life. You still have so much more potential that you're working towards. And not only that, but people are realizing that you're done. You don't like how these people play games. You don't like how they try to like play like mind games, and that they don't really have open-mindedness. They did not have open-mindedness when it came to you. And there was some characteristics about these people that you're just overall not interested in having in your life. And because of that, it's like you're no longer wanting to, you don't even desire a relationship anymore with these people. You don't even want to have this relationship anymore, you know. And you're guarded. You have boundaries now. Even if you're being cordial, even if you're being nice, even if you're not holding any grudges or nothing like that, it's like, oh, but you still have to back up. I need 10 feet. Okay. You need 10, 20 feet. Okay. Like they do not have the access to that they did before. They're gonna have to like back up, stay away, and it's not good like that. Okay. They exposed their hand, they exposed how they really felt about you. And although you may still love them, although you may still care about them, and you do have like an open heart, you do not want them sitting at your table. Okay. And this is what people are realizing, that you are much more stable than they thought that you were. You're much more mature than they thought that you were. And whatever opinion that they could have had about you before is redundant, because they could go ahead and have that opinion over there. And it's like no hard feelings. I think that this is what's really getting to them the most, because they assume that because you are so nice, that they assume that things are going to go back to like how they used to be or how they once were. And that's just not the case. Like, you're just like, no, continue to live your life, and I'm going to continue to live my life. You know, it's that simple. It's just not deep. Although even though like it may have been that deep for you, you're not going to hold anything against these people, because you know that they're not emotionally mature enough for you, or whatever it may have been that you have realized about these people. You know, you pity them. So it's so weird how like the table has turned. That's what people are realizing, that the table has truly turned when it comes to part one, because before they thought that you were the naive one, they thought that you were the immature one, and now they see that it's really like the other way around. And you really like son these people. Like, you have truly like you pity them, if anything. Like, you pity the fact that they treated you that way, and you don't think of yourself any less than, right? So we have the 3 of Cups, and that is showing me like just this immaturity. I feel like before, you could have really broken your back for certain people that you loved, and it was coming from a place because you really cared, and those are the lengths that you're willing to go. And before they truly saw your kindness as a weakness. They truly thought that because you're willing to bend over backwards for them, that meant that you were naive, that you were immature, and that you were weak to love them. And now they realize how foolish that was, because it's like, that lets you know that you're not worth anything. Because why do you think that the more love that someone shows you, the less, like, the more compromisable their value and their worth is? You know what I mean? Like, if anything, someone that really has high self-esteem and high confidence would feel like someone will be in their right mind to love on them. Like, you know what? You're right. You have good taste. If you love me, that means you have excellent taste, you know. But it's like the opposite for these people, because they thought because you love them and because you're willing to go extra lengths for them, that they literally thought less than you because of this. And this is making these people realize that they have a very flawed, ugly character. And you know, people who treat people poorly because they love them deeply are bad people. why do you give more creed to individuals who treat you like crap? You know, why do you want to impress people who do not love you freely? It's like these people are so backwards, and you're helping, like, by experiencing you truly showed these people what real love is. Not here, Real Love by Mary J. Blige. Like, you truly showed them what real love was and what authentic love was, and you really called out like the poorness in their character and how like they need to be better people than to treat people bad just because they love them. So these people are realizing that they're needing to work on their character because of this, and hopefully next time when they get real love, they treat that person better, because I'm seeing that you're pretty much done showing love to these individuals. Okay, so that is what I got for you, Pal 1. I truly hope that resonated. Thank you so much for coming this far with me, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Hi, Pal 2. If you chose this photo right here, this section of the video is for you. And we want to know, what are people realizing about Pal 2? Thank you so much for this beautiful opportunity. Ask for clear, concise, and honest messages for Pal 2 on what are people around them currently realizing about them. This is going to have a lot to do with your inner strength. I'm already picking up on that. And a lot to do with like the building of like, it's something like with your ego and the pride that you have within yourself. I don't think that you're an openly prideful person initially, but what people are realizing about you, that you do have a lot of pride and you have a lot to be proud of. You just don't necessarily wear it on your, like, it's not the first thing that you want people to know about you, that you're prideful, you know. So yeah, that's what people are realizing about you. We have a full card. So people could be realizing you're a trickster, Pal 2. It's something about you. You're like a hidden figure. You hide in plain sight. You hide your weapons, honestly, in plain sight. So these are things that people are realizing about you kind of too late. And it's something about you that people realize that it's why they love you so much. And now it is becoming why they hate you. Because it's why, like, the same reason why these people loved you and fell in love with you is the same reason why they cannot stand you now. And it has something to do with your attitude and your behavior. I don't think that you necessarily have a bad attitude, but it's the way of how like you move through life so faithfully. You have a lot of faith in yourself and strong beliefs in yourself. Okay, so the same way that you put so much pride into others, the same love that you poured into others, people are realizing that you poured these things into yourself first. And this is why they're despising you, either because they no longer have access to the love that you gave them. It's like at first when you were giving these things to them, they liked that. They liked when you believed in people around you, but they did not realize that you also believe in yourself. That's why you're able to give off that authentic belief into others, okay? All right, so that's the first thing that I really got. So, but let's keep digging. So what's going on? Yes, somebody could have tried to be spiteful to you because of this. So what's going on? Or no, people are realizing that you're spiteful. What is going on? Like you will bring out the claws if you need to. What's going on with Pal 2? What are people currently realizing about my Pal 2? That you have patience. I hear virtuous woman from the Bible. Yeah. Oof. Yeah, you have patience. And you have real long-term faith. It's something that you could have worked on that took time. And you didn't mind that it took time. Okay, and people realize that it was not foolishness on why you had patience with growing things. It was actually very smart of you to have patience, because you know that good things take time. Okay? And people realize that the things that you are working towards in your life, this could have something to do with your career stability. These people could have thought that you were foolish. Like, why are they still working? Why are they still doing this? Why are they still working towards this thing? And it ends up working out for you. It literally works for you. It ended up working, or you ended up getting to your goal. It may have taken you longer to finish school. It may have taken you longer to finish college, or to get your career started, or to get that achievement, get that promotion at work, or get that engagement online that you wanted. But you kept adding. You know that you said, if I continue to water this plant, and I have a schedule and a routine on watering this plant, it's gonna grow. And that's exactly what happened. So before people even knew it, you had a full garden. It started off as just one little seed, and now you have a beautiful full garden. And some people are comparing their life to your life, and they're like, right before their eyes, like this whole time they spent degrading your process and your trust into your process. They didn't even realize that they weren't even working on anything. They were starting things and not finishing them. They didn't have follow through in their own life. The whole time they were looking at you like you were foolish, but they had nothing in their life. Everything that they've started in their life, it has fleeted. Yeah, so yeah, these people were literally loud and wrong about you, and that's the embarrassing part that they're realizing, because they were really loud. They were very much loud. Okay, these people could have said the most hurtful, messed up things behind your back. Okay, they would, like, in your face, they'd be like, oh yeah, I support you, and oh yeah, you're gonna get this and you're gonna get that, and you're good at that. Behind your back, okay? Just put on a whole facade in front of you, and then, behind your back, how to ain't never gonna, I don't know why they doing that. They ain't never gonna get this, they ain't never gonna get that. It's not gonna work. You know, like, just talking the most mess, like, told a bunch of mutual friends this, probably even cracked some jokes about it, and the whole time you sitting pretty, you sitting hefty and nice, okay? Where with the things that you've been working on, you have no insecurity where you're at. You are fruitful, okay? And you did it alone, all right? Because that's also what people are realizing, that you did it without help. Because although they could have verbalized, or they could have faked it that they supported you, they didn't give you no real support. And you were able to cultivate the things that you wanted in your life without them. And that's what people are realizing, that you did it all alone. And they're realizing that possibly they wouldn't even be able to do the things that you did alone like that and still end up prosperous. So, especially if you're spiritual or religious, pal, too, these people are seeing that God is literally on your side. You are quite literally favored, okay? And you have faith in divine, and what divine is capable of giving you. And you have a relationship with divine. Because, like, you could be very open about your relationship with God, and people didn't believe you at first. They're like, yeah, right. Like, hard work is going to get you there. Faith is not going to get you there, you know? Without even saying, like, noticing, like, Pal 2 was working hard. You were planting your seeds. You were grinding and doing what worked for you, and doing what you wanted to do. You don't want to get up every day, go to like a 9 to 5 that you did not like or enjoy. And there's nothing wrong with going to a 9 to 5, but I'm saying, like, at the very least, enjoy your job. Don't just do something because it makes you money, you know? And it's like, you worked on your craft. You worked on something that you genuinely love to do. All right, and you didn't stop, and you're not gonna stop. You keep going, and it's working for you. All right, it's like slowly but surely it came together. It worked out. It's working out, and people are realizing, like, oh my gosh, like, all this stuff that this person says, that they're favored, that they you know, that the God that they praise loves them. And it shows. And it's something about your hands. It's something about you getting your hands dirty. I hear hands dirty for Christ. Or you working with, I hear Jesus. Someone definitely is a Jesus follower here, okay? And you are committed to your to that deity. All right, you're committed to God, and you're committed to following God's law. You're committed to that your religious regimen, your spiritual regimen. All right, and these people literally just thought that you were crazy or going through psychosis, or none of that's real, or like rather they could be believers as well, but they're not necessarily believers of like what you're doing or how you're doing it. So people are realizing that whatever it is that you do, it works for you. Not that you even need it there. People are also realizing that you didn't even need them to believe in it. Yeah, people around you are definitely realizing that you do have a very strong relationship with God. And you do have like a very strong like religious background and religious spiritual creed and like in the spiritual realm, and people realize that before, like, you rejected certain habits, certain people, certain behaviors because it did not, like, you're very disciplined when it comes to what God or your spirit guides tell you to do. Like, you are very serious about that. And you don't play. Like, before they thought that it was silly that you didn't want to do certain things, like maybe you're celibate, maybe you don't go out drinking every weekend, or maybe you do things differently. It's not because you think you're better than anyone, but it's like a reward system. Like, that if you watch, like, say that you're vegan or vegetarian, you watch what you put in your body, you work out, like it'd be something simple like that. You pay close attention to the things that you spiritually digest, the environments that you're around. You're very protective of your vessel, your body, your mind, your soul, like all of that, and you take it very seriously. And like before, people thought like you were doing too much, but now they see like, no, like you really protect yourself, and that way you're able to dodge a lot of harmful things to you. And that's why you're very close to God because of that, because you're able to have like those regimens and things like that. Okay, so that is also what people are realizing about PAL 2. We got the 5 of coins. So people are realizing that although you may have been left out in the cold by them, this could definitely be like a group of friends or something of that nature. But because like you didn't have what they had financially at some point, or they excluded you, these people excluded you in the past, that did not define your present or your future. Like, they thought possibly that they had the ability to define your worth because they rejected you, because they did not give you access to them, or they separated themselves from you in some way. Or they thought because of how you were at some point, you were always going to be like that. You were always going to be struggling to make ends meet. You were always going to be in some lower tier position at work. You were always going to not have any social media following, or only get like 1 or 2 likes or 1 or 2 views on a video. Like, they always thought that you were always like going to consistently be where you are at in the past, where you were at in the past, that you're always going to have like a glass half empty, but they were wrong. Okay, so what people are realizing about you is that although you may have a glass half empty, you know that you have potential to gain more. And it's something about the word success. Like, even if you're not where you want to be, which I feel like a lot of you aren't where you want to be, you know that you will get there. And like, can't nobody tell you different. And it's like, these people, they're not in charge. It's like God is in charge of your prosperity. Okay, so it's like, so to even have an opinion on what you're doing, it's a waste of their time, because you're not sitting up worried about them. That's also something else that they realize. Like, you were never worried about if they would accept you or not, because you were never performing for their acceptance. You only wanted to attract the people around you who were in alignment with what you were doing in your lane, right? And it's like they thought that being imposters and posing as if like they were going to be supportive of you, basically just taking up space, knowing that they didn't really provide any real aid to your goals. They thought that this would stop you. They thought that by taking up space in your energy, that this would keep you on a lower tier level of where you wanted to go. And it didn't work. It didn't work. It's a little bit like how it went a little bit, like, because I feel like these people had things that you did not have yet. And they used that as like a means of like, ooh, okay, this is about to get deep. Because your ideology could be like some sort of reward system with God, where it's like, if you do this, if you do that, then God is going to reward you for it, or the universe is going to reward you for it if you follow the laws of the universe. And these people thought like, see, that's why this person don't have no money, because they're not really about what they're talking about. They don't practice what they preach. So they thought that because they had money, or because they had what the success that they thought that you wanted, that they were the ones that were being rewarded over you. And so they tried to like flaunt that in front of you, as if to say like, I have something that you want and you can't get that because you're not as good as me. All right. So some people are going to get that. Some people are going to miss that. All right. But little did they know, they're not even in your lane to compare whatever it is that they have. Like, you don't want what they have, and they're not in your lane. So y'all are not on the same endeavor, period. Y'all are not on the same journey, period. So just because they get something or have something does not mean that they're better than you. All right. And that's what people are realizing. Okay. But either way it goes, these people are realizing that they're actually very much behind. Okay, it's so I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like this reading, because I feel like these people are like comparing themselves to you too much. It's like, why are you comparing your life to my life? Like, this is just weird behavior. But people are realizing that they're behind in their shadow work. They need to get to it. All right, because they don't even have like proximity to God, but they use you and like them comparing you to them as like evidence of like their own proximity to God, to where like they felt like they didn't even have to put the work in, when you were actually putting that work in, actually doing the shadow work, doing the inner work to cleanse yourself and be a good person. And you're just on your own time, on your own journey, in your own lane. All right. And you do the shadow work. You correct yourself when you need correcting, without having to compare where you're at to other people, or without having to feel better than other people. And so like, people are realizing that they're very much spiritually behind you. And it's not even because you individually think that. It's because like they're just too busy like comparing themselves to you. Okay. So let's see. What are people realizing about Pal 2? Thank you. We have the Page of Cups. People are realizing that you got off on really good footing when it comes to your achievements, and it's a lot to be proud of. And they were watching you so hard, like gang stalking you so hard, that it's like they're the witness. God is your witness, because God's seen what happened. They seen when they were laughing and trying to sabotage and make fun of and poke fun of you, and didn't have no faith in you, when you have faith in yourself. But it's like these people literally watched you go from a little pebble to a boulder. And they can't say they didn't, because they know that they were watching you the entire time, preying on your downfall, thinking that you were down when you weren't. And the strength that you had was witnessed. The strategy that you had was witnessed. The growth that you overcame was literally witnessed right in front of your enemy's eyes, right in their face, right in front of them. And they weren't even like smart enough to realize that is what was happening. That's literally what was happening. The Star card, you are favored. No ifs, ands, or buts. It's like, how could you deny that? That's like denying the sky is blue. They cannot deny it because they watched you grow. They watched it happen right then and there. And it's so crazy because I feel like y'all don't even value, like y'all don't have the same moral set as these people. You don't value the same things that they value. You value actual like substance that lies within before you value what this like outside materialism, right? So for instance, like someone can have on nice flashy clothes. This is just an example. And like somebody like wearing those nice flashy clothes, that would make these people think like, oh yeah, they got it together. They look nice. They got their life together, you know. But to you, it's like you wouldn't really be impressed by anything like that. Like you care more so like what their soul is at, you know. So it's like the things that the examples that these people have of you as to why your life is together, you would not agree with that. You're like, oh, that's not evidence that my life is together. That's just materialism. Like I don't care about none of that. You know, but these people, they don't care about the same things that you care about. All right. So what people are realizing is that you will cut off things that do not, like, you have pest control in your garden. All right. Like you protect your garden from pests and from weeds. You will cut the weeds off. You will trim when things are needed to be trimmed and do anything to protect what you need to flourish in your life. And that's what people are realizing. So before, they could have thought that this was childish, like when you cut off access, they thought that it was very immature of you to cut them off. But really, it's like, no, you're not aiding my life. You're not aiding the things in my life that I want to flourish. And you're very emotionally mature. And that's what people are realizing, that in your relationships, you're actually the emotionally mature one, and you're very much aware. And people are realizing that they're very much behind emotionally and spiritually, and they're needing to correct that. All right. So it was a long time coming for you, Pal 2, but this is what people realize about Pal 2. Thank you so much for coming this far with me, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Hi, Pal 3. If you chose this photo right here, this section of the video is for you. And we want to know, what are people realizing about Pal 3? Thank you so much for this beautiful opportunity. I ask for clear, honest, and concise messages for Pal 3 on what are those around them realizing about my Pal 3. This could have something to do with your ability to attract things. These are people who could have witnessed something die around you, or something end, something, yeah, with the 5 of coins, the 5 of plants. Something around you could have died or could have came up short. Something around you could have been lacking in some way, shape, or form. Like something could have disappointed you or not worked out for you. But you didn't like lose hope, or you were able to still attract better after this situation died out. So this could be like a relationship that could have ended, and although it could have ended horribly, like you could have went through a nasty divorce, a nasty home life situation that was just horrible, like abusive, like something like you just had to get out of, something that at some point you had a lot of hope in that would flourish and become better. But God had different, like, you know, the universe had different plans for you. So people realize that you have really overcome something that was very bad, traumatic, or disappointing. And we have the Sun card. That the sun rose. The sun came back up. You're happy now. You're able to move on from it, or even if it's something like, even if you're like in a co-parenting situation with someone, and y'all have kids, and you know you have to put the differences aside and deal with the kids after you were dead dirty. Okay, like this could be a situation like someone cheated on you, someone chose another woman over you. You could have found somebody in your house, like, you know, you could have been just did the dirtiest way, like in a family situation, like blood family or something like that, just like being evil towards you. It could definitely have something to do with like your kids, or maybe you got pregnant out of wedlock and you already know how people treat you when you do that, you know, and or become like a single parent, a single mother, a single father, or something. Like something could have happened to you to where it's not perfect. Maybe it's perfect to you and to your standards, but according to like society standards, it's not necessarily like the perfect, most ideal situation. Maybe somebody got evicted and had to move, you know, and people are realizing, although you came from like that insecurity, you're still happy, very much happy in your situation. So although people may think that maybe you still are currently in this situation where you had to move, or, you know, you're on Section 8, or I don't know, somebody is like in some sort of position of insecurity, and it doesn't always have to be like you be like, girl, you know, I'm on Section 8, you know, whatever. Good for you. But I'm just saying that as like an example, where you are having to just like deal with life be lifing, however that looks for you. And from the outside looking in, it's like, oh my God, I would never want to be a single mother. I would never want to do this or do that. I would not, like, you know, people just have like a lot of judgments for you because of that. And it looks like you are chained to this. Yeah, you could be like tied to like an ex-husband or a situation or something like that, where you can't necessarily, it's something that you have to deal with every day, but you're still able to find a lot of happiness and joyfulness in your life. You don't allow it to rule over your life. Someone could have overcame addiction. People are realizing this about you. It's something really dark. Like there's like this dark energy in this reading that people like realize that you could have like suffered the consequences of like something that you could have did or went through. You experienced something very harsh and traumatic, possibly as a kid. This doesn't even have to, like, this could be like when you were a kid. It's something that still affects you. Some people were not here sexually transmitted diseases. You know, obviously take what's for you, leave what isn't. But it could be just something that really just sucks. You know, or it sucked for you at some point in time, but you're living with it. Like, you're able to adjust and do what you need to do. It's not a situation that other people will want to be in, but it's really not their business. And it's not, who cares if they want to be in a situation or not? You're still going to get up and do what you need to do every day. And that's what people are realizing about you. Some people feel like you're in the devil's playground. Some people feel like your happiness, your joy, like, it's like, how can you be happy? Like, people are surprised that you're still living life and you still feel like life is worth living, although you're going through these struggles, or you went through this struggle or something like that. What are people realizing about Pile 3? It's a lot. I feel like it's a lot of talk around town. I'm going to do a What's the Gossip on You reading very soon. But I do feel like there's like people like talking about you or something like that. What is going on? All right, so we have the 8 of Plants. People are realizing that you work on yourself. You have very good work ethic. You're going to continue to have that. And we have the Elder of Cups. That you love yourself. That's what people are realizing. It's just so weird. Like, why would you need to realize that? But I don't know. People expected you to not feel good about yourself because of whatever it is. Like, whatever your status is. Like, they're like people, you really got people in a frenzy. You got people confused. Like, how are you still attracting things? How can you still think highly of yourself? People realize that you still think very highly of yourself, regardless of whatever it is that you came from or come from. Whatever it is that you do, you could live some sort of taboo lifestyle of sorts. You could be gay. You could have a relationship that is just different, or something that is different. And it's like, you're gay, but you still go to church. You're transgender, but you still believe in God, you still pray to God, like you don't play about God, you're still a Christian, or something like that. It's like something about you where I hear witchcraft, like somebody could be like a witch or something, or it's like you have like a lot of contradictions going on. Like somebody could work at a strip club and somebody could dance and like shake their ass for money, you know, but you still like on Saturday you get that money, on Sunday you gonna be up and early, bright and early at church getting the word of Jesus. Okay, like that's like your life. You have duality, you're complex, like you're a complex individual. Although you might be suffering from some sort of insecurity, you still find ways to laugh. Okay, so that's what people are realizing about you, that no matter what life throws at you, you're still going to be happy. You're still going to find ways to be happy in your life. You're still going to enjoy your friends and people who understand you. Like, I feel like your friends, they're different too, or they're going through the same things that you're going through, or they don't hold it to you. Like, they don't constantly try to remind you of your struggles, or they don't feel like you should be miserable. Like, I don't know, your friends get you. Your friends understand you. Yeah, it says, I am at peace. I am calm. I am free. That's y'all, the wise one. I didn't even realize that. But this is y'all. you're at peace with your life, and regardless of anything, regardless of whatever it is that happened, you're at peace. Like, you're good. Okay, like these people expected you to be miserable. Like, how are you still able to manifest and attract good things in your life? How are you still open to love and relationships after what you've been through? And it's like, that's not your burden to carry. That's not your cross to bear. Like, you're still gonna get up. Like I don't know, something could have happened to you, you know, and you still went to work the next day because you're like, well, I gotta go get the money. You still enjoy work. You still shared laughs with your coworkers. You still meditate or focus on the wellness of yourself. Although it's not perfect, it's still worth it. Okay, it's like your life is still worth living. And you still show up for yourself every single day. You're not gonna let discrepancies, like, it's like, I'm still breathing. Why wouldn't I show up for myself? Why wouldn't I be happy with where I'm at in my life every day? Okay, and like that's what people are confused. Yeah, people are really confused. They're realizing that they're going to continue to be confused. Okay, and they would really want to stop inquiring on your happiness so much, because they're going to F around and find out as to why you're so happy. Because the more that they're just so curious, the more that the universe is like, okay, so you're so intrigued and interested in this person's life. Let's put you through the same thing and see how you do with it. Let's see what you do with that if you was put in their position. And it's like, you know, these people don't want to be in your position for a reason. So it's like, yeah, keep inquiring, keep wondering, keep on. You know, that's like the universe to these people, because like they're genuinely confused and like trying to figure out, like, I've seen somebody just thumbing through your Instagram, or thumbing through, you know, whatever it is that you could do online, or just being nosy all up in your business, all up in your life. Like, what is this person? What are they doing? They all happy. They shouldn't be happy. They going through XYZ, or didn't they just go through a divorce, or ain't they kids this and that, or aren't they gay, or oh well, Donald Trump is president, how are they gonna live? Like, it's like, what? Every day I'm gonna get up and do what I need to do, just like I did yesterday. Ain't nothing changed but the weather. You know, it's like you're not letting the worldly influences get in the way of your personal happiness, because you know, God rules over your life at the end of the day. That doesn't mean that you don't have empathy and shed compassion for what's going on in the world. You very much do, but you're not going to take it personally. You're not going to do what they want you to do, which is just fall down and crumble and curl up and never leave the house and just cry every day. Like, no, you're going to meditate, you're going to work out, you're going to make sure you get your steps in every day. You're going to do your hair, your makeup, listen to your music, vibe out. Okay, do your nails, whatever it is that you do, you're going to dress real nice. Whether you got to shop at Goodwill, shop at, like, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. You're still going to be presentable and show up for yourself every day. Period. Because I do feel like someone is in some situation. I keep hearing the word consequence. Like, someone is in some sort of aftermath consequence of a messed up situation. But you make it look good. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it's like you're literally just like dancing around it, and you're dealing with it. You're taking it very very well, whatever it is. All right. You still living your life. Like, you still have a full life. Like, you still have a, like, I'm literally seeing someone, you have to live with something. This could be a co-parenting situation. This could be a disease. This could be an addiction. This could be something taboo that you live with, an identity. And you still live a full life in spite of that. And that's what people are realizing. That their worst fear, you're living in their worst fear. And you still living life. Like, you still get up, make your coffee, go for a jog, go to work, come back, put your feet up, watch Bad Girls Club. Like, you still live life just like how they live life. All right, that's what people are realizing. I don't know why they're so surprised by this, but that's what people realize about you. Okay, so what are people realizing about pile 3? All right, we got the Chariot. Yep, that ain't nothing stopping. You gonna keep going. You gonna keep doing what you're doing regardless of what people judge. Like, it's not stopping you. Like, the whole world, something that you went through could have been very public, because it's like somebody feel like they know your tea, pal 3. These people feel like they know your tea. They know what you did or what you went through, or your business, or your dirty laundry, or something like that, right? And someone also could feel like you selling wolf tickets, and you hear it, you hear the chatter, you know the judgments, you know what people were saying, but you're not allowing that to stop you from prospering. So people are realizing that it's not fake, it's not a facade, you're not putting on, you're not fronting. You're literally just living your life and minding your business in spite of whatever it is. You kept going, you keep going. This is what people realize. This is so weird. Because people feel like, oh my gosh, like, they're so different. Like, look how they dress. Look how they act. Like, look what they did with their hair. Like, you're different. You present yourself very differently. And people are judging you for it. Or they know that people do judge you for it. People are truly realizing that you don't care. That you still, like, have faith in your life. The Fool card. You laughing too. They laughing, you laughing too. You think it's funny too. Whatever it is, like, you think, like, you know, like, you're enjoying your life. I don't know. I feel like I'm sounding like a broken record, but what are people realizing about pile 3? Because I'm a little confused. I'm confused on why is this something that people realize. Okay, like, I don't know. And the world kept spinning. The globe kept spinning. Like, the world kept going, like, you know, the sun came up the next day and the moon came up the next night. Like, nothing's new. You know, it's like, what's new? Like, yeah, the same thing. Like, there's other people who've been through the things that you've been through. There's going to be more people like you to come. Whatever they thought that was just so detrimental to your life, it's not that serious to you. That's what people are realizing. Like, you are still very much able to appreciate the things that you're able to appreciate in your life. With or without whatever this thing is. It's not that serious that whatever it is that they thought would hold you down. It's like these people sat back, talked mess, and waited for when your life was going to look different. For when your life was going to reflect your circumstances, when you were going to look like what you went through, and the time never came. So it's like they're holding their breath, waiting on when your appearance is going to change, waiting for when you're finally going to start crying and looking down bad, and it's never going to come. You're still going to, like, I feel like whoever picked pile 3, like, you just listen to you, it's like, Like, you're laughing at the people. You're like, yeah, ain't nothing gonna change. Like, I'm still gonna be, I got this, and I got this coming up next week. I got this, like, you know, life kept going. None of this stuff is gonna get in my way of my joy. You're not letting something get in the way of your joy. Especially if it's like a unfaithful partner. You're like, whatever, that's their business. They wanted to be unfaithful to me. That, you know, that's for them to deal with, and for them to have to carry that shame. I'm not gonna be ashamed. Somebody could have like really embarrassed you in a romantic situation where people like laughed about it like behind your back or something like that, and you're like, whatever, you know, life goes on. You know, more people will, I'll come across more people, or, you know, I'll date, or, you know, whatever it is, like, I don't know, it's something. And it's just so weird that these people are like wanting you to like feel a certain way. What's going on with pal 3? What are people realizing? Thank you. We got the 4 of Cups. Some people are realizing that you deal with your affairs privately, that you don't necessarily like wear what you're going through on your shoulder, on your sleeve, and that's okay, you know. Some people are realizing that they're rejected by you. You reject things that do not make you happy. You reject things that are falsehoods of love. Yeah, somebody definitely went through a divorce or a breakup or some sort of legal battle. And you're like, I'm gonna get a box of J's. I'm gonna get me some whiskey or wine, whatever it is that you drink. And yeah, I'm gonna probably stress out about it for the night, but tomorrow I got work. So what? You know, like what? What is, like, I don't, it's just so weird. Like, I personally don't even fully comprehend it. But go ahead and comment a yellow emoji if you chose pal 3. And let me know some context, because I've been really confused. Okay, so people are realizing that you're not confused. You're not at war with yourself or nothing like that over something that could have happened to you that was very traumatic. All right, so that's what I got for you, pal 3. Thank you so much for coming this far with me. I love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.